Hello YouTube, Robin Hood Bricks here, and it's Brick Call O'Clock! With 2 packages from Bricklink.com that contain vital pieces for upcoming projects. Well, apart from these packages from Bricklink.com, I also bought something from eBay this week, which I've been kind of after for quite a long time, but basically it's far too big for my city. It is the wonderful 60061 airport fire truck, which comes with an engine on fire for the firemen to practice putting out in case there's an actual emergency on an aircraft. And it's just a beautiful set that I've admired for a long time. Came out in 2014 and it's just so big. Ugh. With all these hatches to get at the engine, should you want to work on that, and for all of the equipment for the firemen, and then the remote controlled hose firing out all of the water. And it's nicely low and streamlined so it can get under the wings of a big aircraft. So I really like this, and it's just caked in stickers that are really nice as well. So yeah, I kind of had to buy it. Originally I didn't buy it because it's too big for my airport facade, essentially. If I'd had it on one side, I wouldn't have had room for an aircraft. If I had it on the other side, I wouldn't have had room for any of the baggage carts or the conveyors with all of the bags on. So yeah, I didn't buy it, but then I still wanted it. Some fools say that less is more, but I know that more is more. So I still got it after all, and I'm very happy with it indeed. So yeah, live your dream. That's what I say. So that needs to go up to the Lego room. I'll probably put it on the road somewhere, and it will take up an entire base plate, if not more. I mean, look at the size of that thing. Absolutely ridiculous, but lovely. So we'll push that over there and get on to the first of our 2 packages. And as I said at the top, we've got a lot of very vital parts in these for upcoming projects. So I'm very keen to get into them. We've got stickers very nicely wrapped in there. Incredibly nicely wrapped pieces and a bit of padding there. Wow, this is looking like a great order already. What a fantastic seller. Let's get into all of that. Oh yes, beautifully wrapped. Right, get rid of the packaging. And yeah, this order has got the last pieces for about 6 things, so I can get on with all of those and showing them to you, and some of them are great. Though I think the one that I'm looking forward to building most is actually in here, but we'll come to that in a minute. Right, so the stickers that were very well protected are in this bag. Let's get into this, and there should be 2 in here. Oh yeah, there they are, both in there. The smaller one is from I guess it's, I was going to say DC there, but that would have ruined it, wouldn't it? It's Marvel. I've got to get it right, otherwise I'll get complaints. So this is from the 76200, Bro Thor's New Asgard from 2021, where he's basically playing video games and eating pizzas. Was a nice sofa build actually in that set, but I got it for the stickers, as you can see, and the main one being this video game one. But if I've got loads more pizza boxes going around for when I eventually get round to my Italian restaurant, or my pizza restaurant, because I've already got kind of Italian restaurant facade at least, then, well, I have loads to decorate that with. So that's a really nice and cheap sticker sheet to get. I'm also semi after that lavender coloured character, the little bug thing. It's called Meek, I think. So yeah, I kind of think he might look good under the sea, but he's quite expensive because he's in demand, so I may not get him. But what I really wanted, about 5 of them as a little sort of shoal of multiple-eyed sort of lavender coloured things anyway. Now this one's very bright and glamorous indeed. This comes from the set 40634, Icons of Play from 2023, which is a nice set with kind of half a football pitch, which kind of makes you think you need to buy 2 of them to get the whole pitch for a bit of 5-a-side or something like that. And then you'd have 2 stands and 2 managers, though all the players would then be in the same team colours. So they didn't really think about that too well, but you can get other ones and bricks and pieces from the table football set if you want that. But I got it mainly for this lovely mural. So I thought I could just put that on a big white piece like that one, which came in the same set, and stick it on the wall of, well, a blank wall somewhere really. So it's got all sorts of people from all around the world, all denominations covered there, with all this sort of bright party colours. I thought that was great. So I wanted that in my city. And if that wasn't enough, we get a nice sport advert here, an Octane Energy one here. and maybe I can get some use out of these on a bus stop or something like that. I don't know. Even home and away stickers for something if I ever do a sports pitch. But yeah, that was the main one I wanted, and I love that. So that's really good. So that explains that big piece there. The wings in all of these bags as well are because I'm just piecing together an old set. It seems much cheaper to buy some sets in bits rather than like my fire truck there, buying it all in one go. And I'm happening to piece together the plane, the passenger plane 3181. I don't know quite why in a way, because, well, I've got enough planes on my ceiling already, and I haven't even mounted all the ones I've got, but it's just kind of a gap in my collection, and I like the look of it, so yeah, I'm kind of piecing that together. I need all the stickered pieces so far as well, but they seem to be fairly common on Bricklink anyway, so yeah, I'm going to plough on with that. Now here look like some brand new minifigures, which are from Hidden Side, and I've been looking at these for a while, and you know, I never bought them because I haven't really got a purpose for them, but I thought I could easily develop a purpose for them if they were cheap enough. So I've got 4 of them. We've actually got 2 here with the kind of grumpy face, and that is somebody called Waylon. Yeah, don't know why. And then there should be 2 more. Here they are. And I figured these could be, well, kind of people who've been very bad in their real life, and they aren't just ghosts, but they're actually in hell, in Hades, in the underworld. So maybe I'll do this as a sort of subterranean scene. But there's the other one with a slightly smiley face, maybe a wicked smile, because he can't be enjoying himself down there. And you'll have to come up with a reason for why everyone's wearing a shirt with a nice collar and pocket on while their souls are burning for eternity. Very sort of Catholic sort of theme there. Not that I'm going for any religion in my city at all. But maybe that's the uniform that is going on in Hades, in hell. So, yeah, I don't know. But they all came from the set 70427. Welcome to the Hidden Side from 2020. So, yeah, we'll have to see what they look like altogether. Maybe they'll be sort of prodding some poor soul who's been very bad on the surface of Brick Nottingham. Maybe one of Dr. Inferno's acolytes or something like that. Who knows? There's plenty of baddies in my city to choose from, after all. More plates, all for very specific projects. Now this is quite interesting. I've got loads of these 1x4 solar panel tiles because I've been trialling, if you remember, for my street lights, rather than just having a grey one of these and a 1x2 in trans yellow for the top of the street light. I kind of was trialling some to see if I could use glow in the dark 1x2s and the solar panel bit, just to go for some sort of more modern looking street lighting that would be all around my city. And the wonderful thing about that is that my lights, which are very bright in a Lego room, actually do charge these up quite a bit when they're on. So whenever I leave the Lego room and turn off the light, all these glow in the dark pieces really glow. And I figured if I had these on street lights lining all of my streets, it would kind of look like a grid network, well, like it is really, and you'd be able to see them and the glow-in-the-dark rats and the glow-in-the-dark skeletal horses, which are outside the castle and everything else. So I've got quite a few of those. They're quite expensive from Lego Direct. So essentially, I think it's about 50p for that piece and about 30p for that piece. So when I'm seeing them sort of more like 30p for that piece or 20 or 15p for that piece, I've started buying them. So we've got an odd number of each there because I'm going to need a load if I'm going to do the whole city with them. Oh, now we've got some interesting pieces for another ride for my fairground. Fans of the fairground will know that there's bits that I haven't finished. And I had too many ideas, essentially. I've got too many ideas to fit into a small space. So I've got to basically pick and choose what I'm going to do. And basically things like, do I have a clown show? Do I have a bit of a concert with a stage going on? Do I just fill it with rides? And I figured, well, I can squeeze a lot of those stalls and the clown show and stuff like that, maybe in other parts of the city. So I'm going to try and fill it with as many motorised rides as possible. So I think in the space remaining, I can get 2 more in. One I've already got, and that was already waiting to go in. And the other is kind of based on an idea that was sent in by a subscriber to my email address, which I do look at from time to time. And basically, I've completely changed their idea, but it is sort of based on the same premise. So I've started buying bright, colourful pieces for that. And these bits are going to be aligned with the ground, of course, that is in that bright green colour. And it just so happens that I need some connections on the half stud, so that's why I've got those. So them and those are for that. Now the bad news for that ride, it won't be coming too soon because I think I need some parts that are only available from Lego Bricks Pieces because they're very new and they kind of haven't hit Bricklink yet. So I must get on and do that this week, even if it's a small order, just so I can get those final pieces to get that rolling as well. Oh, right. And then other things I bought, not that I need, but this seller had, and I thought, oh yeah, go on then, that is very cool, is, oh, which side of that do we like? I think I like this face more, is Man-Bat. And Man-Bat is not to be confused with Batman, but he is part of Batman, I believe. I think I'm right in saying that. Yes, I've seen him on a Batman set, haven't I? So, yeah, he must be DC, therefore. And he's lovely, isn't he, with his white sort of pallid flesh and his big ears and the fangs and the hairy chest and trousers. So it's nice for him to put those on. He's very nice indeed. And the reason why I partly brought him, it's not just because he looks awesome. As part of 76160 mobile bat base from 2020, but also because I've got the other bats that use these sort of wing arm pieces in all their varieties so far, and he was the only one that I didn't have. So I've got the Series 8 Vampire Bat from the minifigure series, of course, the previous brown version of Man-Bat with different coloured trousers, the Monster Fighters Bat Monster, the mutated Dr. O'Neill from Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, of course, and the Batsuit Boy from the Builder minifigure wall recently. So, you know, with all of those other Batwing things, I kind of thought I needed this guy, and arguably he's the best for some sort of Halloween scene or something where, well, probably hanging upside down, I don't know, but imagine you opened the door and you saw that. Ah! Very scary indeed. So, yeah, he's a must-have, really, isn't he? He was probably the biggest extravagance of this particular haul. But here we are. This is the reason why I went here. Now, usually I tell you why I went to a particular store. And for this one, the one-liner that I wrote was Neon Orange and Castle. And the first one of those two, which is vital for a build coming up, was this. And it's a neon orange cylinder piece. And that is to go in my undersea pyramid that we just started. And you know, we've got the really big panel pieces in the main body of the pyramid. Well, this is just to go in the top section. So when you kind of look through the door, which will kind of be like that, this will also be glowing orange with some light behind it and shining in from the sides and really, really glowing. And I think that'll look absolutely amazing. And it's surprising how uncommon these pieces are, actually. They're only in 2 Monkey Kid sets, which I don't think sell the hugest volume. Also, they're quite recent, so not too many of them hit the second-hand market. But one of those sets was 80010, Demon Bull King from 2020, which is pretty awesome. I mean, if I had loads more room in my house, then I'd buy a set like that because it just looks really cool. But I've got nowhere to put it. And this was part of one of his 2 great big shoulder cannons. That seem to fire 1x1 studs or multiples of, which looks like it soon get very messy indeed with loads and loads of 1x1s all around your floor, carpet and all the rest of it. So anyway, I've liberated one of those from that set to use it in my pyramid, which would be vital if I'm going to get that lit up with my UV strip lighting. So that'll be awesome. What else came in that bag? Some little bits to do something in a wall that I'm not going to tell you about, and that will be the backdrop for it. So yeah, a little scene basically with some of those tan pieces. And the other part of the order that was very important when I said neon orange and castle was these, the 1x1 round bricks in old grey, because I want to do a bit of sort of decor around my new tower, the Ross Tower. And these are perfect for that. And I already ordered these once, and I got them in ordinary light bluish grey, which wasn't good enough. So now I've got all 8 that I need in proper old grey. So I'm really glad to see those are correct this time and looking good as well. So that means I can get on with that tower, I think. So we're going to have, probably at the end of this video, a bit of a choice of what we want to do next. I think a lot of people will want me to press on with the pyramid. But there's lots of things we can do now. Now this looks like it's from the Series 1 Tribal Hunter. but it's actually not. It's very subtly different. It's got some little sort of crease lines on. That's the only difference between it and that. And this was available on the Builder minifigure wall. So I kind of keep a track of what pieces get released onto that and the ones that I do and don't have. Trying to sort of collect them all. Got no use for it whatsoever, but I kind of like to have them all at least once, and it wasn't that expensive. So yeah, I guess I've got a tribal top. Maybe I could give it to some sort of, I don't know, hippie type character, I suppose, walking around. I'm sure I can put it to good use, so it won't be too bad of a spend. Then we've got more plates for the plane. More tan ones for that tan scene, some black ones for goodness knows what, and some more old grey plates. I'm collecting as many as I can for quite a big scene, actually. Kind of a new area, I suppose, to do with, well, kind of classic space, I don't mind telling you, rather than castle. Though some of these pieces might be for the castle, actually. I can't remember exactly what, but anyway, that's them. More interesting stuff. I've been after one of these great big splash pieces in Translight Blue for a while, just because I thought it'd be quite good for the fire brigade. If they're firing with their hoses, water, to try and put out my fire scene when I eventually get to that, it'd be nice to have it sort of probably splashing that way, I suppose, off a wall, trying to put out all the flames and stuff. So I don't know how I'm going to attach that. I'll need something very long, or maybe just a big sort of length of bricks, 1x2x5 ones or something. It'd be a bit of a square jet of water, but maybe that is showing its force. I don't know. But anyway, that's the splash bit for that. That's been on quite a few sets now, actually, including 30454, Shang-Chi and the Great Protector from 2021. Blue pieces. Oh, yeah, they're for the ride. Oh, yes. I'm looking forward to that, actually. The tan pieces are for that scene and the white ones for the aircraft. So yeah, I was clearly buying for all of those. Now this is interesting. Here's another cool build we got coming up there for the plane. That I can't even remember. That's for the ride. There for my second Sentinel. You remember the Sentinel? I've got one still on my desk because I love him. He's so cool. So I've just had him keeping me company for a while. I've got all those recent builds that I got sent through actually as well. The police helicopter being built and these Ninjago characters waiting to be used. They've got really cool weapons, these. Bit massive though, and a bit odd for walking down the street. So we'll have to do some sort of fight scene, won't we? So that's them. And these yellow pieces are the first ones for another little build, which I think is going to be very small but very popular. And it's actually building a chair for Professor X, or Professor Xavier, as part of the X-Men, which will go with that Sentinel and those recent minifigure purchases. So there's only a few of the pieces, and that's more of the ones that I'm going to need to get direct from Lego Bricks and Pieces, because there's quite sort of complicated build. I got sent some plans for a Professor X chair, and it seems it's all over the internet. I think it's from one of the building instruction websites. But I thought, I don't know, it looks a bit big. I think I can do better. And I've built about 10 different ones, and one I'm very happy with indeed. Those are some of the parts for it. I'll share that in due course, but I think it's great. Very cool indeed. So I'm looking forward to showing you that. So that's another smaller build. Maybe that will get me some new a new audience who's interested in all the Marvel stuff that's a lot more popular than the City stuff that I do on my channel most of the time. So maybe we'll get an increased audience. And that, a bit smaller than I thought it'd be. I knew there was one more piece that was interesting in this order, and there's only one of them, and it's very hard to show you. It's just a kind of a sunflower-shaped flower, but a bit of a thick one with the pin on the back. And you'd think that'd be Friends, but no, that's actually from a Troll set, where it's part of the character Poppy's kind of headdress in many sets, including 41256, the Rainbow Catabus from 2020. Which is a horrid looking set. I mean, it's quite fun in a way, but it also looks a bit like a headache made from Lego bricks, if you ask me. Absolute cacophony of colour there. But yeah, that is a really nice haul. Very clean, very well packed. I don't think I'll need to wash many of them. And lots of different projects. I'd need an idea for the sort of evil spirits, I suppose, to be dragging somebody off, like in the film Ghost maybe, or something like that. Got purposes for most of these. And all of these, I think. So, yeah, very happy with all of that. Right, let's get on to the second one. Let's do And a big swipe on the top of that. And we've got a bit of paperwork to get rid of. Not the hugest order, this one. And, yep. And there we go. All in one bag. Great. And this has got some really nice pieces in it. Not that many, but really nice ones. And these are all the pieces I need for a new project, which is going to be using a very, very, very hard to use piece that I was sent in to the channel by a subscriber. Kind of a challenge, I suppose. And I'm really looking forward to showing you what I've done with it because it's great. So it's kind of part of that series that I've still got to name, that's called, you know, using pieces that I've been sent in or whatever it is. And it's great. I might have to do that next because it's just gonna look fab. I'm really happy with it. I showed Mrs. Hood and she loved it. So yeah, you can guess from the parts in this part of the order what it is, but I really doubt you're going to get it. So this is a hard bag to get into, so hard that I'm going to tear it. So we've got brown plates. We've got brown brackets. Those are not for it. They're for a Dr. Inferno build. We've got, no, they're not for it. White tiles. And a couple of heads. But those aren't for it. All the tiles are for it, I think. But we've got here heads. I just needed a replacement Robin head for the character, the Nexo Knights character, because mine had a nice bite mark right on the face. So that's a replacement for that. I got this head, which is Magneto, going back to the X-Men. Maybe we'll have the scene as part of my Ninjago, I don't know, because they're all going to be these flesh colours. And that means I've now got the head and the helmet, if I can get those aligned. Now I've totally ruined that, but anyway, you get the idea. So that's nice. Maybe I use this torso to align it. There we go. Ugh. There. Yes. And I've got the torso and legs on order. I don't have the cape, but I did get sent in the other week that dark red cape, didn't I? So would dark red do instead of purple? I know the sort of more modern sort of, what, Magneto 2.0 or something has a red cloak anyway. I was looking on Google. So I'll try it with dark red anyway. If not, I still need a purple cloak and maybe I'll get that, but they're fewer and further between. So that's nice to have that head. And then, now this is the biggest clue of all for my hilarious fun build, which I'm dying to show you. We've got some baby heads, but not baby bodies. Now don't worry. It's not dark. It's not horrid. These are going to be happy babies rather than sort of, disconnected babies. But yeah, what could it be that I'm trying to build? Haha, you'll see soon. And I absolutely love it. So I'm dying to use those. So this is the reason why I chose this vendor, because they were one of very few that had enough baby heads and a few other things I needed. So when I saw he had the Magneto head as well, I was like, I'm in. This is the vendor for me. So some tiles there. Loads more pink flowers, which I think I've got enough of, but I think I've said that before as well. I'm going to have probably a whole row of blossomy trees. I just really like these sort of 5-way flower pieces. They're very nice. Handlebars for something, I forget. Oh, I think it's a scooter. I think it's that magenta scooter we got the other week I needed handlebars for. And then the pièce de résistance from this seller, not that I was sort of aiming for getting this, but since they had it and they're absolutely rare as hen's teeth, I got this, the Green Princess. Yes, very rare because she was only available in set 10233, Kingdom's Joust from 2012. But she is magnificent in this sand green colour with all the gold trim. I've had the torso before, which I thought was a bit of a find, and I'm sure I'll be able to still use that, maybe in the normal city even, but with the dress piece, that is incredibly hard to get, and it's lovely. So she'll be doing exactly what she was doing in that set, which is basically watching the jousting outside my castle when I get to my castle scene. But I think we just need to collect a lot more pieces first before we can get started on that, because, well, haven't got enough to build it or populate it with yet. So that looks absolutely great. Oh, and Magneto's head came from 6866, Wolverine's Chopper Showdown from 2012 as well. I forgot to tell you that. You probably could have worked it out. So, yeah, wow, really good 2 hauls. Not the biggest set of pieces, but I think absolutely everything here is going to a very current project. and I'm really excited to do a lot of them. And we've definitely finished now that mystery one that's going to be using all the baby heads. We've got quite a lot towards the ride. I'm going to have to get on with doing that. Order, got a few more slopes for the pyramid and this for the pyramid, which is vital. Not sure if we've got enough for that. I'll have to check. Some brilliant minifigures. Man-Bat, he's definitely going upside down somewhere. Ideas for where. These guys torturing somebody in the underworld or something like that. Give me ideas for that as well. Magneto I'm fine for. The Princess I'm fine for. And I'll have to find a nice big wall for our new mural as well. But that is a really good quality, fantastic haul. And that's before we've even got to this big beast. Awesome! Well, 2 awesome packages there and a good eBay purchase. And some I'm dying to use more than others, but you can probably guess which. But as always, thank you very much for watching. It is appreciated. Do remember to like, comment and subscribe for more awesome LEGO videos. And if you value this channel, there are many ways in which you can support it. Do check out the links in the description below. And if you want to send something to a future brick haul, you can by sending it to the usual PO Box address marked under £30, euros or dollars. And to the UK, just so it flies through customs if coming from abroad. And next time on Robin Hood Bricks, well, I'll have to decide what we're going to do because we've got quite a few projects that we could do now. I'm really tempted to show you this one with all the baby heads, but it might be you want me to get on with the pyramid. I don't know. Maybe I should do those two as Friday and Monday, one way round or the other. But let me know in the comments section. But whatever we get up to, I'm sure it'll be great fun. So until then, see you! Now, Man-Bat, there'd better still be 4 babies' heads here when I come back.